Typically, when we get a call from a customer with water backing up into their house, they say something along the lines of, "I think my septic tank is full." Usually that's not the case. It takes a long, long time for a septic tank to fill up, and all of the solids that go in there are being broken down by bacteria. What's more likely is that you have a frozen line. So the water and sewage that comes out of the house here goes down the drain and runs to your septic tank. And if you get an ice blockage right here, then the water can't get from your house to the tank. So it backs up in this pipe and comes up in the house. Usually it'll come up in the garage floor drain because that's the lowest point, or maybe a shower in the lower level. That's where you'll usually see it first. The solution for this is that you call us and we come out with our steam truck and we run a steam hose out of the truck and down this outdoor clean out and down to that ice blockage. And when we hit that ice blockage, we hit it with steam and we thaw it out. But that steam is going to cause sewage to blow back up out that pipe while we're thawing the ice plug. Now, if it's an outdoor clean out, that doesn't matter because it just spills onto the grass. If we're having to go in through the inside of the house, then that creates a problem because that blowback is going to go into your living room or your crawl space or wherever and make a mess. We don't like that. So we want to find an outdoor clean out. Once this ice plug has been thawed out, all the water that was backed up in these lines will then drain into the septic tank here. Now, the septic tank has a series of baffles in it that cause the floaters to float and the sinkers to sink. And the only thing that comes out the other end of the septic system, out of the other end of the septic tank, is relatively clean water. And it goes into a perforated pipe that's your leach field. It just goes out there and then it just percolates down into the ground. And that's the end of it. It goes into the water table and it's relatively clean. There's 5 main causes of frozen lines. The first one is that it's just super cold outside. There's nothing you can do about that. That's just part of living in Alaska. The second most common one is missing caps. Each one of these cleanouts should have a black ABS cap on it. If those caps are missing, then the cold will get down in there and it'll freeze up the water in the lines. Okay, the third most common one is snow removal over the top of the lines. If a snowplow comes along here and plows off the snow that's on the ground above where the line is buried, then that snow is no longer insulating and it'll cause that pipe to freeze up. Another very common cause is putting grease down the drain. Grease turns to a hard, waxy blockage at 40 degrees. It doesn't even have to be freezing for the wax to block up your line. Don't ever put grease down the drain. It can ruin the entire system and make it have to be dug up and redone. Now, the fifth most common one, which is also the worst to correct, is the ground settling. If the ground settles in a way that causes dips or bellies in those pipes and you get standing water in the pipes rather than just a warm trickle that goes through there while you're taking a shower and then runs all the way out and leaves the pipe dry. If shifting ground has caused there to be standing water in the belly of those pipes, in the dips of those pipes, then that standing water will freeze up a lot easier. So if you've got water backing up into your house, most likely it's an ice plug, and we need to come out there and run a steam line down the outdoor clean out, thaw the ice plug out, and you'll be working fine. If the septic tank was actually full, meaning it's so plugged up with solids that it can't even drain, that will take months and it'll slowly develop. If it happened all at once, probably an ice plug. If it was a slow, gradual problem, then maybe your septic tank is full of sludge and we need to come out here with a pump truck and we run suction tubes down into this tank and we suck out all the sludge that the bacteria was unable to break down.